It's supposed to be the opposite way, right? If Kamala Harris gets 4 more years, she will annihilate the Pennsylvania energy industry, plunging communities across the Commonwealth into darkness and despair. That's what's going to happen. Your jobs will be down, and your salaries will follow. Congratulations, everybody. It's not going to let it happen. We're not going to let her destroy. You know, she destroyed San Francisco. We're not going to let her destroy this country. She shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be. You know, how would you like to be me? We spent $150 million destroying Biden, which wasn't that hard, actually. All you had to do is hold up his record. But we had the debate, and then after the debate, he was down so much, and they went to him, and that's when they went to him. So we get rid of him. This is like a fighter. A fighter's doing badly. He's losing badly. And Dana White says, well, you know what I'll do? I'll put in another fighter to fight. You got to take 2 people. And so now they put this total Marxist, communist person in there. But people have figured it out. She had a very bad day yesterday, and we're going to talk about that. She had a bad day. She had a bad day. Kamala Harris was one of the original sponsors of the socialist Green New scam. You know that. Where they want to spend $93 billion. 93. No, they want to spend, actually, she's spending $93 billion in a short, but their ultimate plan is for $94 trillion to be spent. 94, listen to this. That's more than China and the rest of the world could spend if they really wanted to in 25 years. 94 trillion. We're going to clean the air so that when China comes here and takes us over, they'll have a nice, clear atmosphere, because that's what they're doing. They're sacrificing our military and everything else. These people are crazy. She said repeatedly that she wants to ban fracking her whole life. We will ban fracking. We will stop. You know, I flew over some of those beautiful windmills. They're falling down, by the way. They're all over the place. They're all over the place. That gorgeous, beautiful Pennsylvania countryside. They got these big, ugly suckers hanging down. They're rusting and rotting. Half of them weren't spinning, and the ones that were going so slow. They were going, it's not too windy, but, you know, they're going like slow. The other ones were just dead. But they're all rusting and disgusting looking. And then, you know, the environmentalists say that it's also, very importantly, the most expensive form of energy there is. You cannot get more expensive. The wind, it sounds so wonderful. The wind is bullshit. I'll tell you, it's horrible. So expensive. It's just too expensive. It doesn't work. All of that to do, you know, 1/10 of 1%. I mean, the whole thing is crazy. You remember when I used to say, darling, I want to watch our president tonight on television. And the husband looks, I'm sorry, dear. The windmills aren't wind. There's no wind tonight. You can't watch, darling. We're not going to be watching tonight. Maybe we'll catch him another time. No, we have to be careful. We have to be smart. We're going to lose our country. These people are crazy. They're crazy. They're damn crazy. We're going to get out. We're going to vote. We'll get it cleaned up. But if we don't clean it up now, it's going to be too late. I really believe it. We don't clean it up now, it's going to be too late. She sponsored a bill to impose a 100% ban on gasoline-powered cars and trucks. You know that, right? 100%, there's none. Even though we have more liquid gold under our feet than any other nation. By far. More than Saudi Arabia, more than Russia. Let's go electric. Let's do this. They want to go now hydrogen. They want a hydrogen car. You know what the problem is? When they blow up, you are unrecognizable. If this beautiful young woman is in the car, drive it, and the hydrogen car, if it blows up, you're unrecognizable. You with a nice Trump sign. Is that Trump? Stand up, darling. Let me say. Oh, I like her. I like her. I will not allow her to go into a hydrogen car. They don't blow up that often. They were saying, yeah, but they don't blow up that often. Oh, great. Thank you very much. And as we speak, Kamala is crushing Pennsylvania with a natural gas export ban. You know about that, right? Designed to choke the life out of your fossil fuel industry. Listen to Kamala in her own words very recently.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
I am committed to passing a Green New Deal and finally putting an end to fracking once and for all.
If they fail to act as President of the United States, I am prepared to get rid of the filibuster to pass a Green New Deal. I am offering a Green New Deal that has been described as one of the most aggressive and progressive.
Well, he's going to bring the Green New Deal up for a vote.
Yeah, I will vote for it. It is a resolution. I believe that the underlying principles behind it are sound and important.
What is the solution for voters who have jobs and interests in the fossil fuel industry?
Giving the workers an ability to transition into the jobs of the future.
Can we afford it?
Of course we can afford it. It's not about a cost.
Kamala Harris pushed the far-left Green New Deal. That means huge new taxes, increased utility bills, and banning gas cars.
That's why I am committed to passing a Green New Deal and finally putting an end to fracking once and for all.
Kamala just don't give a frack.
Kamala's fracking ban would kill jobs and raise gas prices. Kamala doesn't give a frack about you. Only President Trump will bring back Trump's strong economy.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Thank you. So when I'm president of the United States, and we did one great job, we did great in 2016. We actually did much better in 2020, but we're going to be very careful. We're not going to let that happen again. On day one, I will tell Pennsylvania energy workers to frack, 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 and drill, 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 baby, drill. We're going to frack, frack, frack. We will have energy independence and energy dominance as we did just 4 short years ago. We were energy independent 4 years ago. Can you believe? Now we get our energy from Venezuela. What's that all about? From Venezuela. Isn't that wonderful? But if Kamala is reelected, your costs will go up and your lights will go out. That's what's going to happen. These stupid people. It's hard to believe. You know, you get angry because they're just, sometimes you get, and you want to be lighthearted, right? And we have a great audience that people that love the country, people that built the country. You built the country. And then you see these people, they want to destroy it. And by the end of your speech, you're furious. You know, you're furious because all the stuff that we're saying, it's true. They want to destroy the country. Remember, she will never, ever let you frack. You're not going to frack. If she won, you're not going to frack. She's been against it her whole life. She just did this for an election. Even now, Kamala's Green New Deal mandates are regulations that are impossible to enforce. As an example, forcing power plants to shut down all across the country. More than 50 plants have recently been closed. So she took office, and they are not going to be replaced. And, you know, all you have to do with her is say, like, all the things. She's going to do this. She's going to do that. Why the hell didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it? All of a sudden, she likes walls. You know, I built over 500 miles of wall. It kept us. We had the greatest border in history. 4 years ago, we had the best border in our country's history, and that included human trafficking, mostly in women, by the way. That includes, so when women say, oh, I don't know if I like Trump, I was the one, that is the most heinous thing. Human trafficking, mostly in women. Gee, I wonder what that's all about, right? And then they say, oh, I don't know, Kamala's not going to protect anyone. They've allowed this country to be poisoned at our border. And, you know, a lot of people say, and this is not part of the deal, but I like to go off teleprompter if you don't mind. I actually haven't, I don't think I've been on it yet. I haven't. They're waiting for me. At some point, I'll be on it. But, you know, they're doing these things. Nobody can understand it. It doesn't make sense, like men playing in women's sports, like open borders where criminals are allowed in. And literally, by the time, I must be very good as a motivator, because by the time I finish my speeches, every time I'm angry as hell, because I can't believe what's happening to our country, what they're doing to our country. Last year, Pennsylvania's largest coal-fired power plant shut down in Homer City, throwing hundreds and hundreds of workers out, just devastating. They got nothing. A small little community of 1,800 people. Does anyone know where Homer is? Homer? Huh? Right? Stand up. Let me see you. Look at that. Are you the man? I remember. You know, that guy's become famous. Wow. Are you the guy, right? Behind me? Right behind me? You're the guy that was looking, you're looking. You know the guy? Oh, I love this guy. What's your first name? What's your name? This guy, he became like more famous than me because, you know, okay. Do we have time? Yes. The hell with these things. They're boring. Very boring. No, this guy, he was the guy. No, I'm looking at him in the audience. I see him. But when the shots were fired, typically crowd control people, everyone flees. Now, in all fairness to the people sitting here, we had a tremendous crowd that horrible day, actually, horrible day. But we had a tremendous crowd. He was behind me with a group of people like, 2-3 times the size of this. It was bleachers. But 99% of the audience was out there. But this guy was standing up. So they say that when a shot is fired in a stadium like a soccer game, everyone, they call them stampede. They stampede, they get out, and a lot of people get killed. They get crushed, they get stepped on. Nobody left there with the big crowd or there, but him. I mean, I don't want to say in particular because nobody left. Nobody left those stands. Normally, and there were a lot of shots being fired. There were 8 shots being fired right over me. But what happened is we look back, and it's such a famous thing now, and there's one guy that's standing. I didn't know you were going to be, and I didn't know he was going to be here. They gave you a good seat. They should give you a good seat. So listen to this. Right? So this man, and he's back a few rows, and next to a woman who was very brave too. And he's standing, he's not only not leaving, he's standing up. And he's looking, he wants to find it, because he knows. He saw a lot of blood all of a sudden, and he knew what happened. And all he cared about is, I want to get that guy. But then our sniper took him out. And by the way, the local police too, they did a good job. The local police did a good job. But that guy, I said, there's a guy, David, I said, there's a guy I want in the foxhole, right? We want him in the foxhole with me if we're ever in a foxhole, because he stood up. He didn't care about the bullets. He was standing. All he wanted to do is find that guy. He said, there's a guy over there. And you had some other people too. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Great honor. Thank you. I love people like that. I love people like that. He's like a movie star. He's become a movie star, I'm telling you. The head of the plant at Homer City said that Kamala's EPA had imposed a, quote, excessive economic and operational burden. It wasn't possible to keep it open. It's being done on purpose. They're taking plants that are perfectly good, that are not polluting any more than anything else would, and they're closing them up, and they're forcing you to use energy that's 10 times and 20 times more expensive and doesn't even work. One local businesswoman said that her life had been turned upside down by what happened, and a local union leader called the closure, quote, absolutely devastating and totally unnecessary. And I hope whoever owns that plant can just keep it around for a few months, just keep going, because we're going to let that plant go for a long time, okay? So you got to tell them, Homer, you don't have long to go. I actually told the people in North Carolina who have been just devastated, I told them, I said, look, just hang in for a few months. It's tough to say, hang in for a few months. But we take office on January 20th. I said, everything will be beautiful once I take office. Everything's going to... They spent all their funds. They have no funds to take care. They have no funds. They have no workers. They have no nothing. FEMA, we had such a good FEMA. FEMA was great under Trump, that I can tell you. We had tremendous success. Under these demented and self-destructive Kamala Harris policies, Pennsylvania electricity prices are up 50% and are projected to rise by another 50% this year. So you're going to be up 100%. Does anybody mind? No, you're making a contribution to the environment, right? Except you won't have any money left, you won't have a house left, you won't have a country left, you won't have a commonwealth left. Even the grid operators themselves say that if the insanity continues, Kamala will crush the electrical grid of the United States of America. But we will not let her do it, will we? We're not going to let her do it. She's bad news. She doesn't even know where the hell she is. They ask her a question, she's like a vacuum. What? No, I don't want to be nice, you know. Somebody said, you should be nicer. Women won't like it. I said, I don't care. No, they say that. A guy came up to me today. He said, sir, you really should be nicer to her. The women won't like it. The women want safety, and the women want to have a country that they can be proud of, I think. Anyway, so today I make Pennsylvania this promise. I will stop the energy price hikes. I will stop the plant closures immediately, and we will restart the plants that Kamala has very cruelly closed. I mean, you know, they don't know. There are thousands of jobs involved, people that have worked there for 25 years or longer, and we're not going to let it happen. I will terminate the Green New Scam immediately. I want the cleanest water. You know, I don't know if you know, in my 2 last years, we had the cleanest water we've ever had, we had the cleanest air we've ever had, and we had the most jobs and the most factories working that we've ever had. And the jobs they picked up were what called bounce-back jobs. They were bounce-back. They were the people that took off for the COVID, the gift, I call it the China virus because I want to be accurate, and they bounced back. I will end the destruction of our electrical grid. They are destroying our grid. It's already in bad shape, I'll tell you right now, but they are destroying. We'll make, isn't it amazing? We don't have any electricity, but they want to go all electric cars. Think of that. Now think, these are, I'm just thinking, we're talking about all electric, and I love electric cars. You know why? Because I think Elon is great. But you know what? I like them for what the market is. There's a market. I think they're great. I think it's incredible. But the long distances and they are more expensive to make, and a lot of them are going to be made in China. But you know the amazing thing about Elon Musk? He went to that rally. I think he had the greatest time he's ever had. Did you see him? He was jumping around. He was so happy. You know, he's always like, I envision him, he's sort of a reclusive kind of a guy. He's incredible. He's a total genius. We have to take care of our geniuses. But he comes up, and he's looking at this crowd. He's never seen anything like it. And he started doing, like, jumping jacks and stuff. No, he was just happy. I said, what's he doing back there? I was just giving him a quick introduction. He had a great time. And, you know, he got a black hat. I didn't even know we made black hats. And it said, Make America Great Again, but it was very low, you know, very sort of understated. But a black hat, he loves that hat, and he called it Dark MAGA, right? Who thinks of this? Dark MAGA. And I called him, I told him, thank you very much. We sold like 10,000 hats in the last 2 days. I didn't even know we made that hat. Now I find out it's like the hottest thing going, Dark MAGA. No, he's fantastic, and he's gonna do a lot. He's gonna be involved. He's great, and he's gonna be involved because we have so much fat in this country. We have so much waste and fat and fraud. But he's also, I will tell you, you know, there is the funny thing with Elon. He never, with all I talk about electric cars, and I'm totally for electric cars for the, you know, whatever the buyer wants to buy, that's good. But if you can't force them down people's throats, you can't do that. Like the mandate, we're not doing mandates. So you can't do that. So just so you understand, so he never wants, and he's a friend of mine. He's great. He endorsed me. He endorses me so much. We have to get him. Trump. We're gonna lose our country if Trump. You know, he's in Pennsylvania now campaigning, Elon Musk, because he feels so strongly. But you know the amazing thing, a big company is Tesla. It makes great cars. Great. I mean, it made really amazing cars. He never once said, could you ease up on the electric thing? You would think he would have said, hey, listen, do me a favor. I could take it out pretty easily, right? It's a sentence. It's a sentence in a speech. But he never asked me to because I think he knows I'm right. He's going to do great, and there's people that like him. I like him, too, for certain applications. But he never think of it. and he's close to me. He never said, do me one favor, just sort of low-key. I would, if I were him, I'd be saying, hey, listen, Trump, do me a favor. Don't mention electric cars again. That you're going to do away. And we're not doing away. We're going to have whatever the market wants. We're going to have gasoline power. We're going to have hybrids. The hybrids are great. They're working good. We're going to have everything. We will make Pennsylvania an energy supplier to the entire world, and I will cut your energy prices in half, 50%, 5-0, within 12 months of taking office. Your prices will be cut in half. Now, she, on the other hand, if her mandate, look, number one, you won't have any energy because they can't produce enough. No matter what they did, they can't produce under what she wants to do. But even if they did, your prices are going to be double, triple, quadruple. You're not going to be able to afford them. We have, we have more liquid gold than any country in the world. It's going to be so quick and so easy to do. We have more than Saudi Arabia. We have more than any country in the world. And we're going to take advantage of it if that's okay. And it's pure, sweet, beautiful stuff. But for that to happen, the people of Pennsylvania have to tell Kamala Harris that we've had enough. We think you're a horrible person. We think you're a liar. And right? We think you're a liar. We think you're not a smart person. And we're tired of having stupid people run our country. And we're going to say, Kamala, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Get the hell out.